Okay, after many attempts, I finally got this to work. I had to reset my webcam and redo everything else. Anyway, I'm calling this the end of my 2-year storm. For many of you, this is your favorite time of year, and you're having a good time, and it's all cool and great. It used to be for me, but that was days gone by. Can't read my own notes. Since April 2012, I've lost 2 real long-term friends I've known for over 20 years. And as you all know, my dad died in front of me in April 2013. And my favorite cousin died about a year ago. And that on top of my job ending almost 2 years ago has turned my life upside down. I'm sitting here alone, as I usually am. And wishing it was otherwise. The good news is, after I shaved my hair's actually growing back. Shock, shock, shock. I might get my hair back. Get my mind back. Growing up, the holidays used to be my favorite time of year. That's when I had other people to hang out with and friends to hang out with, and friends and fun wasn't a rarity, and has become that big time since I moved here to Phoenix, or I should say, thrown here to Phoenix. January 17th will mark the anniversary of 2 events. Both were not very good. January 17th, 94, I was living back home in LA, actually living in Burbank. I was 12 miles from the epicenter of the biggest earthquake to hit Southern California, the Northridge earthquake. After 190 aftershocks and spent a year trying to find a job, I reluctantly had to leave, left behind all my friends, my dreams, my goals. I was working on a rock and roll tour, and many other things going on. I was very active as a peace activist and more on the streets. And the earthquake took it all away. It's quite a shock when you're a military kid. You constantly move around, and I've been all across the country, and this is the hardest and first time I've ever lived in the big city, where it's been so darn hard to move in, to feel like I feel at home. Anyway, that was in '94. January 17th, 2 years ago, my longest job with the Cancer Association, or Cancer Society, it ended. I knew it was going to end. It moved out of the state to Oklahoma. Thankfully, my boss didn't fire me despite my body falling apart. And that way I got a 4-month severance pay. I was lucky I got 26 weeks of unemployment, and I was out there looking for work. Despite my best intentions, my body is falling apart, and it's only gotten worse since then. I was planning to, when the door closed, to go to the temp agencies. I've had like 50 jobs since '95 for the state and for the county and for various temp agencies, doing everything you can imagine. With each job I got additional training, but this was certainly not planned for. Thankfully, I do have this pension check from my last job, but it's not going to last forever, and I've been existing on it for 2 years, so I am trying very hard to sell the over 500 things I still have for sale, and praying desperately disability comes in quite quickly. This year I've gone to over 100 doctor's appointments. My last one is in about 3 days. I had to file for disability in February 2 years ago. I'm waiting for the appeal court date, which hopefully is soon. My attorney said between January and March, excuse me. When you get COPD, you lose your voice. Right now, I got 16 emotional and medical, physical conditions. 4 of them there's no cure for. I just got the results from my neck MRI. And as you can tell, I'm twitching again. I never stop. The nerve problems is stenosis, severe spinal cord compression, autonomous malformation, curvature of the spine, and severe spinal cord compression. I said that. I've been told there's no cure. My head and my neck is actually shifting left. They still want to do surgery on me, but at this point, things are way too complicated. Without a job or an income or a place to recuperate, that may not be workable. Ouch. What it feels like on the left side of my neck, it feels like a sword going through it, and the right side's kept the pins and needles. My meds for the twitches have quadrupled since the job was ended. My last time out of pain was probably 20 years ago when I was loaded, but I don't want to blow my sobriety. I can honestly say that if all this had been happening 15, 20 years ago, I probably would not be here now. I'm 95% sure I'd be loaded right now. It's hard to see a dream die. I spent from 1977 up to 95 trying to get out of landscaping jobs, restaurant jobs, warehouse and things. I wanted to do my job in the office. So when you're sitting next to your old job, realizing you can't go back to work, it's a very bad reality check. I did not choose to be in this position, but life doesn't always give you choices. My dad passing away in front of me, and the job ending had turned my life upside down. 80 to 90% of what's going on now, or has been for the past 2 years, was not in my plan, but it happened nevertheless. Anyway, part 2. I think I'm on 8 sites right now on Google+. I was on 15 at one point, but I had to cut back. I've left several internet sites. I want to have a real life again. Being with my incurable conditions, I don't know how many more years left I have. If I go into surgery, it could be the end. I don't know yet. I don't think it's asking too much to actually finally fit into a city you've been at for 22 years. It's a rarity that I see anybody or I get a phone call. And as much as I love and appreciate my friends online, loneliness and pain and stress can kill you. So I will be deleting most of my posts on Google+. I'm started. The sad part is, even with over 2 million people looking at the site, I'm still sitting here alone most of the time. My spouse is out having fun with her friends, like I used to do when I had a life. I'm mainly just putting in my time until I can get a life or until it all ends. So, I'm not sure what the next step is. I'm seeing a physical therapist next week. Then I go back to the neurologist. Then go back to the pain center. Then get the shots in my neck and my back. seen a lung doctor for the COPD, which is one of the top 10 killers in the country. If you don't smoke, don't start. It's not as bad as cancer, but it's no good. You don't think about breathing until you can't breathe. I cannot walk any long distance anymore, can't ride the bike anymore, and I'm limited to getting around. However, I'm trying to find a way to where I can get out more. I was able to get a reduced bus fare, which will save me some money per month. Go to different grief meetings, recovery meetings from drugs or alcohol. I appreciate the help I've been getting online, and I hope I'm helping others despite the pain I'm in. I feel like sometimes a part of me dies every day. I can't tell you how often I felt like what's the point? I just let go of the rope and just fall off the cliff. But God's given me strength somehow to keep going. I still got goals that I want to work on and things I want to do. One of the best things this year was starting my own YouTube channel and making videos, which I didn't think I could do. The main reason I started it was to help deal with my dad's death and with all the other losses. It's become an adventure, but it's pretty cool. And I got others in mind. I got 3 I'm working on right now. This is a joke I've been pulling on the internet, but it's true. Reality is the strangest drug I've ever been on. I've taken like 400 hits of LSD in 15 years, and my memory's probably paying for it now. But my last time was in 93. I have to find a way to get a social existence off the internet. I will be cutting about half the people of the contacts on there, so don't take it personal. Just I need time to get out and somehow, some way, get a real social existence off the machine and work on the sales and work on the many projects I'm working on. So, all you have to do is praying. Pray I can get my stuff sold. Disability comes in very quickly. The pension check continues long enough, or else I've wasted all this time because I'll end up homeless and die on the street, which is the last thing I want to do. Again, I haven't decided exactly how or who I'm going to cut yet on the Google+. I am so far behind on Facebook, it ain't funny. So, I'm praying that 2016 is a better year for all of us. This video may or may not make any sense. Someday I'm hoping I can enjoy the holidays again. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day for that matter. I'm just going to pretend like it's just another day, because it is. It used to be a good time, but that was then, this is now. Anyway, this is my check-in with my sword in my neck. If you're young and healthy, be thankful. I am grateful that I have a place to stay, and we just signed a year lease on faith. I'm praying that God will work a miracle. There's no way to put into words what it's like to deal with 4 deaths, the loss of a dream, and deal with it alone. Thank God for music or memories, or I would probably be put away. luckily I've been able to be comfortable in my own skin because as I said, I rarely see anybody. Figure if I go to enough meetings and yell and scream loud enough, maybe somebody will listen. Sometimes I want to go outside and scream my head off, say, look man, I didn't ask to be in Phoenix or be in this position, but it is what it is, and I don't want to keep paying the price of staying clean and sober or being alone. Anyway, I guess this is the end. Just keep praying, and until the next video, I give you a warning. One, I'm going to be political. Even though I'm in pain, I'm still an activist. So God's the one that's kept me alive for the last 2 years. Well, that's my whole life, but especially through all the pain and suffering. I've quit asking why about the 4 deaths. I've quit asking why about most of everything. Acceptance is hard, but it's just part of what we have to do. Okay? Take care. God bless. Anyway, bye.